Hello, 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 my suspicious little faithfuls and my lying with a smile traitors. Welcome back to the Couch Potato Queens, the queer reality TV podcast, where the vibes are shady, the opinions are loud, and trust is a currency none of us can afford. I'm your host, Mackenzie, and tonight I am joined by none other than Joseph Collins, Dakota Rain Wages, two brilliant minds, sharp tongues, and absolutely no patience for a bad read. Tonight, we are marching straight back into the castle to unpack the Traitors, episodes 4 and 5, where the paranoia is peaking, alliances are evaporating, and the faithfuls are once again proving that confidence does not equal accuracy. We've got messy roundtables, questionable logic, side eyes that deserve their own confessionals, and traitors who may be doing just a little bit too much. So grab your cloaks, clutch your pearls, and keep your eyes on the quiet ones because we're breaking it all down. And remember, in this castle, everyone's smiling, but someone's about to get murdered. Dakota will be with us in just a few minutes. She is finishing up. She's got about 15 minutes left on the episode. What did you think about this episode, Joey?
They were bloodbaths. Like both episodes, absolute bloodbath. And this isn't even on a red carpet the other day. Alan Cummings said that the worst bloodbath came in episode 7 at the banquet, which we saw at the end of this episode. So
should be good.
I don't know how it gets much more carnage than that.
I mean, we have lost. Hold on. Let's throw up our rankings. We have lost. My team is getting demolished left and right. But I mean, I can't be mad because it's such good fucking TV. You know what I mean?
The price we pay.
So I want to dive into all of it, but first I want to break it down. What did you think about that last round table? Do you really think Michael meant it as a shade towards him being gay?
Yes, this is Michael Rappaport.
See, I don't feel it. He took it that way. I took it as he can take a secret because he's looking at him as a traitor. I don't feel like he meant it in a homophobic or gay way. I can see how it came across as that, but I didn't take it that way.
I mean, I don't necessarily think
it is Michael Rappaport
in a homophobic way. I think he was just trying to state facts. Yeah. It just happened to be a fact that was a little bit homophobic.
Yeah. Natalie Anderson, our gay ally icon. And Sophie Duffy said, hello, this boot order is horrible. Colton hates women, not shocking at all. Well, Sophie Duffy, Colton's gay. So, I mean, you know. And Preach Peace Please says, to me, it doesn't matter because that is the way it came across. What disgusted me was the way he tried to defend it and not take accountability or apologize. And Dawn Manor says, I don't. So I guess we're all kind of a little split on it. So yeah, what was your, let's go back to the first episode. What were your thoughts on who got murdered?
I think it was a good murder. I think Lisa knows that the only housewife she can trust is Dorinda. And obviously her fellow traitor. But the more you target the housewives, it's just going to, the smaller the group gets. Did you notice that they voted as a block?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get tight. That's a solid alliance. We are at 16 people, I think, or 15 people left.
Yep.
And maybe less than that now that I think about it. But we're at, 3 doesn't seem like a lot now, but so long as they don't get banished or murdered, 3's a lot when you're down to 9 people, when you're down to 8 people. And not only do you have the 3, but you've also got Rob. Mm-hmm. And with Rob comes Colton if he survives, because they are like this.
Yep. Sophie Duffy said that Eric said he knew it was a woman based on a laugh. And he said it sounded like Tiffany. But my question is, how long before he puts 2 and 2 together and is like, okay, so it wasn't Tiffany. And Tiffany and I just forgot her name.
Tiffany, Lisa, and Candace all have a very
Candace. That's what I was about
similar
to say. Candace and her have a very similar like speech and tone when they're laughing. So I'm wondering how long before he puts two and two together and it's like,
he doesn't. He is now convinced that he gaslit himself. So he's not even going off the clue anymore.
Preach peace, please. Lisa is doing good, or at least better than I expected. I expected her to do good, but I think, there were just too many people that were putting it together, sitting in that room. Like, she's not playing herself. And I think people are seeing that because, I expected her to be in each one of these roundtables with, just running her mouth.
What are you doing?
Do what?
I've got like random, I've got on my dresser, I've got like a thermometer, like random bathroom stuff on my dresser. And my cat's just pushing the button on the thermometer for no reason.
I was like, what are you talking about? Miranda says Lisa may be in trouble. Yeah.
Well, they're editing it like Lisa's in trouble, but they've edited it like Ron's been in trouble. And we're now 5 episodes in, and Ron ain't going nowhere. There are bigger priority targets than Ron.
I don't know. Part of me part of me thinks that they get up Michael and, everyone's pushing Ron, that maybe now they're going to be like, well, we may have been wrong on Ron. I'm thinking Colton because Colton's gone so heavy on this is the second person Colton's gone heavy on back to back.
Yeah, but everyone went heavy on him. Like they didn't care. Did you notice there was no, when they banished Michael, there was no, damn it, we got another faithful. Nope, every one of them was just like, I don't care.
Honestly, if they were going to do it that way, though, they should have sacrificed him round 1 or 2. Like, you're kind of almost to the midway point, really. So, to me, it's kind of getting a little bit late to just be sacrificing someone just to get rid of them. Like, you should have already done that, in my opinion.
There's always a big event at the midway point, and I think the banquet that we're going to see is like going to be the shift this into the end game. Like the mid game marker is always.
You had
it's either a murder in plain sight or
before we went live. You were talking about what you thought because it showed Alan opening up a box and it had like a pendant in there. What do you think the pendant is?
I think it's either a brooch of like that prevents banishment, that you can give it to someone that you trust as the absolute faithful and they're shielded from both murder and banishment, or it's like a coup d'etat and it's like you get the power to just on the spot banish someone. Lisa,
I don't think it's going to be who you think is an absolute faithful. Why would you give someone that's an absolute faithful, a token to keep them from being banished,
or murdered?
That might, that would be interesting. And that would be very interesting if one of the traitors actually wound up with that.
Candace, it'd be Candace.
I don't think Candace. I think it would have to be probably Rob. I think Rob is probably getting the least suspicion on him right now. And
Candace has Jamie and Tara in her pocket. Like they are like drinking the Kool-Aid.
You know what I would be drinking if I was in that game?
Something out of Rob's belly button, I'm sure.
I would be drinking Rob's bathwater nonstop. The thing where he's wearing those overalls and no shirt, and he's just leaning back with. I'm just like, ugh.
Even Johnny Weir was just like, I can't even look at him. He's so hot.
Preach peace plate. Yes. Kenzie be coughing at Rob's ding dong. Yes. 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 Let's see. Let's scroll back up and see. Ron is an interesting character. Man, a calm words and horrible reads. What is his literacy? Yeah.
Speaking of literacy, the vocabulary lesson from Rob was just chef's kiss. Like, it just perfect.
Yeah. Ron is a little housewife phobic. Okay. Miranda wants to know: do you think anyone took a shield? I think probably Dorinda's group took shields.
I think production is so dirty for that. Because the way they did it in the UK, the Americans did it better, to be clear. In the UK, they took £2,000 per shield that was taken. The American version, they didn't take any money, but they offered the whole group safety. And then at the end, when no one had taken any shields and they get to the final one, production just stuffs 4 of them in that last one. And
more than once, and 4, and 4 for the other team as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if both teams took it, then there's 8 that are out there.
I wouldn't care at that point, because at that point we could just keep it secret as a group and say, I saw nothing. Because avoiding a murder, as convenient as it may sound, you need people to die, and you don't need to banish more than 1 traitor. Yep. Because they'll just recruit. Once they get down to 2, they're able to recruit.
So wants to know, what are the chances that the Faithful win the season for the 3rd season in a row? I mean, I don't know. I think that this is a pretty stupid-ass group of Faithfuls. They lucked out on Mama Kelsey, and the only reason they got that one was just pure fucking luck.
Not since Quentin have we seen Faithfuls like this.
Yeah. And what was it you said earlier? These Faithfuls are dumber than the Faithfuls from the UK celebrity version?
Yeah, because
that's pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah, no, and Alan laughed in their faces. I am a Faithful, and just laughed the whole time, and then they took him to the end.
Sophie said they are getting rid of all of the entertaining people so far this season. I don't think so. I think we've still got a lot of really entertaining people. I think Michael and a few other people have just been so main character energy that they kind of sucked all of the air and all the camera time out of the rooms. So, I think we'll see more out of some people.
There is one main character of this show, and it's exactly like she told Alan in the interview. I'm Lisa fucking Rinna. Like, she clearly knows that of the traitors, she's becoming the main character. All of the murders that have been committed, she did the murder in plain sight. She got to choose it. She got to choose the next murder after that. And she's choosing this murder as well. She's running that turret like the Navy.
Yep. Yes, I do know what a British pound is, or quid. I do. Thanks, love. Thanks. Let's see. DM Rock said Candace did an interview and said someone is getting cussed out at the reunion. Oh, really? I wonder who's going to get cussed out at the reunion.
Oh, I'd be willing to bet that it's housewife on housewife crime.
Probably. Sophie Dophie. Dakota is okay. Dakota is finishing up the episode, and she should be joining in here in just a second. Yep. Let's see. And stupid faithfuls make the best faithfuls. Give me a season of all Cheries to me. Yeah,
just give me like a whole season of nothing but Dolores's.
Yeah. I'm just ready for there to be enough seasons where we have enough people who have all played traitors, and just have another season where every person that's ever been a traitor plays a a season together.
We do have that. If we can combine, because it's the same production company, the same cast and everything, if we combine the UK Traitors, the UK celebrity Traitors, and the Americans, we have 24
I'd be good
Traitors.
with the UK celebrities, but not the civilian version because I just don't think they were interesting enough. I mean, when it comes to like playing against a celebrity, I just don't think it'll be. Yeah. Let's see. I feel like Lisa is going to be the second traitor to get booted. I would think that because that's how they're trying to. That's what they're trying to make us think. But production is very good at painting whatever they want us to see on the screen. And if
We
we
thought
learn anything from them, what you think is about to happen typically is not what's going to happen. It's going to be the exact opposite.
we thought that Danny Reyes was going to go like 3 banishments in, and she was there till the finale episode. She's the only traitor that was there from the beginning to the end.
Now, did we see that Michael said he's running for mayor of New York City the next election? I did not, but God bless his PR people. Whoever would have to be running his press office, and God bless them. I mean, that would be interesting. Let's see. The reunion will air the same night as the finale. Yep, it does every year. And Preach Peace Please said, we all thought Portia was getting cussed out because of her beef with Candace Pryor, but then, well, Ron ruined that theory. So, who do we think is going to get murdered tonight or next time?
I think it's Colton. I think this is how they get Rob. I think the leak will be traced back to Rob. They will murder Colton, and it will completely distract from Lisa Rinna. And that'll be the end of it.
See, I don't think that they're going to go for Colton because that's so obvious. I feel like it's going to go for someone else and try to, I don't see. That's like Rob's little buddy. I just don't see. Yeah.
Rob is team traitor. Like, I didn't think we could get that in a non-gamer. Rob is like team traitor.
Ben said, I think Kenzie's going to murder Dakota if she doesn't hurry the fuck up. Rappaport's face is so crinkled. Vidovi, House of Villains is coming the day the Traitors finale airs. That is rumored. That would be our luck. But you know what? I'm kind of ready for the House of Traitors. Or House of Villains. House of Traitors. Hold on. Let me call Dakota. See what I look at. Where you at?
God, these freaking faithfuls are just turning on each other.
Right? About how long?
I think they're about to announce.
They're about to announce what?
Okay, I just finished.
All right, see you soon. Okay, I just finished. Let's see. Y'all are thinking Colton or Ron. If you queens were wrong with Kristen getting murdered last time. Miranda says it may be an unpopular opinion, but I kind of like Colton. Don't hate me. Miranda, no hate. I like Colton. I like Colton from his show. I understand where he's coming from. I think some of the women on his season are still bitter because one posted something the other day like, how dare he's getting a good at it, and it's not fair, bitch.
Yeah, he's good television.
I'm sorry about it. Yeah,
he's very good television. Not only is he good television, he's extremely attractive. he is your attractive white guy pilot Pete archetype. Like, that's an archetype that they're casting for now. And
Yep.
that's an archetype that knows how to drive things at the round table. 90% of the time, they're wrong.
Yep. Most straight, well, straight and gay, but most men who are like sports or jocks type, they're that type A personality. They think they're always right. They think they're God's gift, and they're usually dumb as a bucks of rocks.
I do like that he did acknowledge. I mean, I don't hate Colton.
Who in the fuck is that? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dakota.
I know. Adjust your cameras, adjust the TV screens, adjust your computers and your phones. She's back.
You see the comment on the screen? Think Dakota is going to murder Dakota if she doesn't hurry the fuck up.
Sorry, I started a little bit later. I started like 30 minutes later than everybody else, unfortunately.
I had started 20 minutes before you when I called you or talked to you earlier, and I was already through with the first one. I was fast forwarding through shit.
Yeah, this is going to be easier next week. There's only one episode.
Yes.
So.
Thank God. I wasn't planning. I left my house earlier thinking, oh, I've got plenty of time. I've got like an hour and a half before the live is going to start. And then Joseph's like, oh, gosh, these episodes are long as hell. Oh, wait, there's 2 episodes. I'm like, oh, of course. Of course.
We were just talking. Miranda said that it's an unpopular opinion, but I kind of like Colton. Don't hate me. Don't hate you at all. I completely agree. I've liked him. We were talking about how he's that archetype where he's the white male who thinks he's God's gift and he's great at everything and he's so good and he's so smart, but he's dumb as box of rocks.
It's the Pilot Pete. It's Pilot Pete all over again.
See,
last season, Dylan Efron.
Are we basing it on what he's shown us this season, or are we basing it on like the reports and stuff that are coming out about him from back when he was heterosexual and on The Bachelor?
But I mean, none of those reports are anything new. All of that stuff was aired out and on his Dirty Laundry with his dating show, becoming Colton or coming out Colton or.
I think that he probably display some toxic traits back when he was straight. And he said that he was not a good person when he was straight. He's like, I was putting on a facade. I was convinced that I was straight. I wasn't a good person. I didn't make good choices, leading people on, blah, 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 blah.
It's giving Shane Hollander.
Am I making excuses for him? No. I think that he probably did some messed up stuff in the past. Does he need to make amends for it in some way? I'm sure he does. But I don't think
he has.
Yeah. I don't think I'm the kind of person. I don't think something that somebody did in the past needs to
define them for the rest of their life.
Yes. Like, I don't think that.
Yeah. I completely agree. And on his show, Becoming Colton. Hold on. Is it Becoming Colton? Becoming Colton. Or Coming Out Colton. Yeah, Coming Out Colton. So that was the name of the show. I mean, and on there, he makes amends to a lot of the women that he hurt. He, brings up his past. He admits that he stalked one of the girl that he was engaged to. He admits that he, was violent on some things, but he also laid out, his journey. So I'm willing to give someone a benefit of the doubt. I'm all about some personal growth and someone trying to grow and learn from their past and move on from it. But some people just can't let it go. And which I mean,
you have heteronormativity shoved down your throat for 29 years. It kind of fucks you up a little bit.
Yep.
I can understand it. I don't condone a lot of it, but I can understand why it happened. Also, he's kind of now that he's out of the heteronormative box, have you noticed all the cunty sweaters and the pearl tie and everything he wears? He's not this mask for mask gay that he's been presented as either. He's wearing a lot of like more feminine things. Like there's some shit on there. I'm like, I think Johnny would wear that.
Yeah. Preach peace, please. You guys hear me out. Hear me out. Rena is getting murdered. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why. Just trust me. Well, you know what? If we've learned anything from the Traitors, we trust no one. Not even you, Ben.
Lisa
Dawn
Renner
Manners
would be
says,
the first traitor to find out a way to murder herself.
Dawn Manor says, I can't stand Colton. And Sophie Dove says that Colton has a bigger ego than Pilot Pete did, though. I would say it's probably.
I mean, he is a little self-involved, but what reality star isn't? I mean, that's all about being good at reality TV, is that you love yourself.
Yeah, I agree. Preach Peach, please know. Oh my God, Kenzie, did you watch Heated Rivalry? I want Ilya on Traitors now. I have not, but I'm watching it this weekend. This last weekend, since over the weekend, I watched Boots. And Boots was
really good. I hate that they're not bringing back a second season.
I know, because I want to see those dicks swinging in that shower scene.
I don't think either of them that are on Heated Rivalry will ever be on the Traitors, because they're already at the Golden Globes. I know their careers are going to take off from here, so they're going to be way too A-list to be on a show like the Traitors.
Yeah.
However, I could see someone who had done something like more minor, like one of the women, like they would do it.
Miranda said, I'm not saying what Colton did in the past is right, but he was going through a lot at the time. Yes. And Dawn says, yes, Colton is aggressive and terrible traitor hunter. Completely agree. But name one white male from a sports genre, or a white male period, that's, masculine or whatever, used to be straight, whatever, that doesn't think that that's not aggressive and terrible judge of character and reading things. They're stupid. He's gotten hit in the head one too many times by tight ends.
He was a linebacker.
Also, did I miss the memo? Are we supposed to be wearing red?
Yes, for the blood that the Traitors have spilled.
Well, I didn't know that there was going to be a theme, so I missed that.
Ben said, I don't fully trust Colton, but he ate tonight's episode. And I mean both episodes.
Did you know that he played football for 17 years of his life? Not that he's mentioned it 5 times per episode for the last 5 episodes.
Miranda says, yes, Heated Rivalry reference. And Dorinda Medley is Rose. And Natalie Anderson is Svetlana. See, I actually know who Rose is, because isn't Rose the one that they have sex with to try to, because they don't think they're the ones that she screws, because trying not to be, and then it comes out to that one, correct?
Rose is a actress that, what is it? What's his name?
Shane.
That Shane dates after him and Ilya kind of like break things off. And
you spoiled it for me.
No, I mean, they were never really
freak out.
He like had his little freak out moment where he felt himself like falling for Ilya. So yeah, he starts dating her, but of course she's a fag hag. She's surrounded by gays, so the fact that every time they try to sleep together, he can't get it up. She's like, she figures it out.
Blame him for starting to fall for a hot Russian. Joey got choked on that. Because trust me, I've fallen for a lot of Russian dick. Let's see. Dawn says, I'm only judging him on the show and I'm disappointed. I mean, he is giving good TV because it's like fun to watch him be so stupid and wrong. But he has some of the worst reads I've ever seen.
Have we ever seen traitors turn on each other so harshly this early on? I mean, we've got Colton Ron and
Oh, you mean Faithfuls?
Michael. Oh yeah, that's what did I say?
You said traitors.
Yeah,
And I'm
I
like,
mean,
traitors ain't turning on each other.
oh,
These are the tightest
we saw-
knit group of traitors we've ever had.
we saw traitors turn on each other before, but yeah, faithfuls like turn on each other like so harshly this early on. We've got Michael, Ron, and Colton all like gunning for each other. And they are
We actually have. We have. So do you remember the Janelle Sandra fight? You're a fucking traitor. No, you're a fucking traitor. Drink your water, bitch. You're a fucking traitor.
Yes, Ben, Dylan Efron. He reminds me, Colton is another Dylan Efron. 100%.
Dylan was a little bit more like, I feel like he was a little bit more laid back and like charismatic and I guess likable. Colton he comes on a little strong and he's a lot to take in. And I mean, everybody's,
He was stupid as fuck. Dylan Efron was stupid as fuck. He had the worst reads. I think he got one traitor, but I mean, for the most part, he was stupid as fuck.
He was in Boston Rob's pocket that whole fucking game.
I still can't get over what Phaedra said to what's his name. And she's like, and this isn't The Bachelor. And I don't have to kiss your ass for a rose.
That was Pilot Pete. That was when she got Pilot Pete out.
I still can't. She honestly, out of every person that's ever been on the Traitors, Phaedra probably has the best zingy one-liners and reads of any housewife in the franchise. And I knew that she was going to do really well on the Traitors. And she did not disappoint while she was on there because she got some good sound bites and memes.
So Dove says that we should make a drinking game every time Colton mentions his NFL career.
Colton played football?
Really? I had no idea.
It's like doing one for Lisa when every time she says Harry Hamlin instead of my husband, she's never referred to him as just her husband. She goes, and Harry Hamlin would love this. Harry Hamlin.
Harry Hamlin loves to go camping. Loves to go camping.
We have to take a drink every single time Lisa Rinna comes in for breakfast in the morning and acts so surprised and shocked that she's still alive. This is her every single morning. Everybody else is like, this is her coming in every single morning. I mean, she's consistent, but.
Dawn says the faithfuls are screwing themselves. Yes, 100%. Yep. And then Preach Peace, please, or Ben. Ben, you need to change your fucking name. I hate your fucking name now. Like, can we have you back as Ben?
How long did it take us to figure out this season that Preach Peace, please was Ben?
It took me 2 episodes, I think. Yeah, but he says that I'm taking a shot every time Kinsey coughs up Rob's cock. Well, you're going to be getting a lot of alcohol in your system because he's just the type of guy that I go for. Douchebag, you know.
Yeah, Mackenzie goes for fuckboys. Yeah. Intentionally. Not unintentionally. Intentionally.
Yeah. But at least I don't really think, it's not like I'm trying to get anything out of him outside of dick.
Long pause, no answer.
Fuck you, bitch. What did you think of Lisa Rinna's line?
Entirely too big. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Lisa Rinna's line. Go back to Dubai, bitch.
She was so hateful. Like, I mean, we saw her turn on the house, like turn Portia already, so she obviously, the alliance for the housewives is not an alliance this season. They have made that clear. I just didn't expect her to be the one so vocal and hateful towards another housewife.
Lisa Rinna.
I can't believe it was you. What were you saying, Joseph?
No, I thought you finished. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. Lisa Rinna committed the greatest murder in Traitors history tonight. We've never had, even with a murder in plain sight or a murder face to face in any franchise, a fight like at a murder in plain sight. We're just open. She just turns around and Rinna, you bitch. It was like watching Dynasty.
Yeah. Well, you're right. And every single time we've had a murder face to face, they're like, oh my God, I can't. Oh my, I knew it. And it's just like, we're sorry. This was like, you're right. I thought I was watching Dynasty. I was trying to find my pearls. I was trying to find my diamond choker. And like,
I say that she turned on the housewives already, but honestly, thinking about it, I'm not shocked because on her few seasons that she was on Beverly Hills Housewives, she basically turned on every single person she got close to. And then because of that, nobody trusted her and everybody turned on her. So, I mean, it's not really shocking because out of all of the housewives, she definitely was not loyal.
yeah.
Well, Lisa Rinna had a career before she was a housewife. So a lot of these people didn't have careers before they were housewives.
Yeah. And like Miranda says, Lisa is a soap opera actress, to be fair. Yeah. So, I mean, she knows how to deliver a line.
And when she went on Dancing with the Stars, Real Housewives, I don't even think was even airing yet.
Yeah. Well, and I will say this, like, and y'all may be pissed at me for saying it, but it's true. I'm enjoying this season because we don't really have the clicks clicking like they have all of the 3 seasons that the US version has been. It's usually Big Brother and Survivor players are clicked up together, or the gamers versus the reality TV, and everyone's kind of intermixed with this season, and there's not really the clicks that we usually see. And I think that's thanks to Donna Kelsey going in there and axing in, right away, and getting rid of some of these bigger players that would have dominated this game. Let's be honest, if she had not put those names up, right now would be a completely different game.
I agree. Now that I'm thinking about it, there normally is a couple of cliques or a couple of like groups or maybe like 1 or 2 people that have like a dynamic duo or trio. There is none of that going on this season. There's people that say, oh, I'm just so close to this person. I'm like, I ain't seen you together one time. But I guess that's a smart thing. You don't want to be seen as getting close to anybody. Stay close from afar. So I do see that a lot this season. There isn't, whoever's close isn't showing it on screen or showing it in front of other people that they're close.
Yeah, Johnny and Tara are flying way under the radar, but they're like hugging every time someone leaves the room, and I'm loving it. It's really, really smart gameplay.
Yes, I was just fixing to bring them up. The Traitors, if they show you something, they show you something for a reason. And that was one of the first things is they talked about how they're going to lay under the radar. And that's what we heard at the very beginning. And they've really not really talked about it that much since then. So I think they're probably going to go pretty far and, probably have a bigger role when it comes down the road a little bit.
Also, now that Tiffany's been banished, Candace is in the clear. The only other person Rob Sesternino told about the murder in plain sight that was happening was Tiffany, and Tiffany did not tell him.
Yep. And Preach Peace, please, or Ben, me, Kenzie, and Dakota would definitely be in a clique. Well, duh.
Yeah. As soon as someone tried voting me off, I'd pull the card. I'd be like, "Are you transphobic?"
Miranda said, "I saw a theory that Mama Kelsey was on." Was not talking to you. I saw a theory that Mama Kelsey was only contracted for 3 episodes. I don't buy it.
No,
I don't buy it either. But me and Dakota were talking earlier today, and I brought up a thing about Donnie, and I was like, what would be really cool is if, I'm sure everyone in her family is going to be watching her on this. And it would be really cool if like Taylor Swift was like, oh my God, this seems like a lot of fun. I would do this. I doubt that we would ever get an A-list celebrity at that caliber, but it would be really cool if that ever happened, because that would bring in so many viewers to something like this.
So production has no problem moving an older person through this entire game. Celia Emery is 72. She did Celebrity Traitors UK, same castle, same production company. And she was there until the second to last episode. She was, I think, the last murder. Either the last murder or the second to last murder.
Speaking
And
of like,
they had her walking across bridges and
I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, it's okay. I'm just being quiet.
The
Dolly
mic,
Parton, where you at?
that's the thing with like, I think the microphones, like sometimes like I feel like they like go flat or like they like silence like after someone's talked for a good amount of times. Like when I don't hear anybody talking, that's when I start talking, and then I hear it come back through. I don't know. Maybe it's my speaker. Speaking of most shows like this, reality shows, in my opinion, I've never seen an A-list celebrity go on one. Usually it's D-list celebrities. Still a celebrity, but not like blockbuster actors and, Oscar winners and Grammy Award winning singers usually do not go on shows like this. But someone that claims they are a D-list, and they probably would do this, even though they kind of are above a D-list celebrity. Yeah, Kathy Griffin. I think she would be so fun.
I would fucking eat that shit. And I hope if she does, I hope she's a fucking traitor.
Like, I never expected someone like Joan Rivers to go on a show like The Apprentice. And I feel like she was above a D-list celebrity, and she went on a show like that. And I mean, she ended up winning. But
Joan Rivers would go to the opening of an envelope if it meant raising money for an AIDS charity. Joan Rivers is a fag hag, or was a fag hag.
And she was Jewish, so she loved money. So she never said no to a paycheck. She said, if my calendar ever looks empty, I'm not doing well. What are you laughing at?
To be clear, that's what she said. The
Yes.
Jewish part that was out of Joan Rivers' mouth, not Dakota's.
Yes.
Like that's
Yes.
part of the setup for the punchline that she would.
Dakota's. Anyway, Ben says, let's get Alabama Barker and her stepmom, Courtney Cardone. They would never do something like this because there are challenges that require lifting things and doing any type of work. And Courtney Kardashian be like, oh my God, it's like literally, I can't leave my child for more than 3 hours. Not going to happen.
I still say Kathy Griffin, Tabitha Coffee, Abby Lee Miller.
Well, I mean, they would have to make the castle wheelchair accessible for Maggie, get on there.
So everything in that castle is a set. Like all the walls we see, those are not the real walls of the castle. I'm sure they could redesign it to make it better for Abby Lee Miller.
But I mean, there's also some very physical challenges, and they're also running through the woods. So I just don't see it being the mission is a race down the hill in a wheelchair.
I mean, Mama Kelsey's in her 70s, and they had her pushing a big wooden what is it? I don't even remember what the hell it was.
Trojan horse.
It was a throne.
And the season that Abby Lee Miller is on put JoJo Siwa in that season as well.
Oh, it's not JoJo Siwa anymore.
Oh, Jolene. And I hope Zach Rance is on there too. A fucking man. Yes.
Cass Zanke together.
Yeah, well, Zach won't be able to keep his ankles together, so.
He's married now.
That don't mean nothing. A ring is only a piece of metal on your finger. Oh, I bet we'll get JoJo Siwa and Chris Hughes on together.
Oh, another one from the Housewives franchise, like Kenya Moore, Bethany Frankel. Trying to think of a couple of others. Of course, Lisa from the Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Okay, so let's bring it in. So episode 1, we got Tiffany banished, and then after who was murdered? Crap. Shit, fuck. What is her name?
The blonde. That's all. She was one of my
so Is it Charlotte? It's not Charlotte. It's
Carolyn.
Carolyn. Thank you. Carolyn murdered, and then Tiffany banished. Don't know how those two things go together.
Yeah.
But apparently the faithfuls decided to put them together.
Go back to
then,
bitch.
Oh, by the way, Dakota, so you know who Zach Rance is? He's from Big Brother. He was in a relationship with Frankie Grande right after the season. But he reminds me a lot of your brother.
I thought he was straight. Like, I know they had like a little bromance on the show. I didn't know they dated after the show.
I wouldn't call it dating. I would call it coitus.
Oh,
I mean, I think it got me. Zach, he went on and said something and said that they were in a relationship for a little bit. And that there was so much hate from it that he was getting death threats.
He's still getting death threats.
Yeah. Caitlyn Jenner, season 5. No, I'm good. There's better trainees out there than that.
I don't know why they murdered. I mean, I get why you murder Monet Exchange, but like, God, did she?
I mean, honestly, she made it further than the other 2 drag queens that have been on Drag Race. I mean, that have been on the Traitors. So good for her.
She's the only one ever to be murdered rather than banished. She was in no danger of banishment. 0.
Yeah. Trisha Paytas. You know, Trisha Paytas and Shane Dawson. Let's put them both on together.
Let's throw Trisha Paytas on there, assuming she's not pregnant and we're not expecting the death of a world leader anytime soon.
Bolt Corp says, I want to see Angela Murray.
Who?
I think they own her for one more year.
She was the villain on Big Brother season before last.
Oh,
she was a fan favorite. She was just, I mean, you would call her a villain. She's beloved now.
Yeah. She was the Karen of the season, and she was kind of the villain of the season, but then she became like the fan favorite and like the hero of the season. She was fun.
She's like a 50-year-old woman that goes to gay bars and does watch parties and takes shots.
Could you imagine Mistress Isabel Brooks, one of the most rotted drag queens that can cause and stir the most chaos between anybody, on this?
Put her in the turret. Put her in the turret.
Or Plain Jane.
I would die.
Or Plain Jane. You know, I want to see what I want to see. I want to see an entire season of the Traitors with just drag race queens. That would be so fucking fun.
Yeah, I think though we're not going to get Angela Murray for another season at least, because I think CBS owns you for 3 years. That's why we're just now getting Tiffany. She was on BB23. She filmed it when her contract went up at the end of, or in the summer of this year, or of last year.
They're honestly, like, seeing the faithfuls like turn on each other so heavily. Like, every single person they're going up against, calling out each other's names, arguing at the table. I'm like, not one single one of you has your eye on one single traitor. Like, Monet is the only one that said Lisa, and I can't remember which one said Rob. One of them said
Rob. They said Ron.
No, Michael said Rob. Michael said it's one of the 3 hunks. He said it's either. He said this. So there's Rob, there's Colton, and there's Steven.
Yes.
I ain't got no use for Steven. Steven is boring as hell.
And what have they done? Every single time someone mentions a traitor or they think something's going to happen, that traitor's going to do something, they get kicked out, because we saw with the first Rob C, as soon as he said, oh, I think there's going to be a murder in plain sight, bam, gone.
Yep.
Monet said Lisa in front. And Lisa in front of one person. Granted, Rob C did say it in front of multiple people. He said it in front of like three different people, maybe 4 different people, and then one of them just happened to be a traitor when he said, "Oh, there's going to be a murder in plain sight," and no one has picked up on that.
And they're all dead. They're all dead. Every single one of them is dead.
Yep. Then Ben said, remember when Candace Owens was rumored to be on the season? Yeah, and I don't think she'll be on anytime soon because she's too busy trying to suck Charlie's dick through the coffin.
Well, maybe Erica Kirk will be done mourning by then. She might sign up.
Mourning,
if that's what you call it.
She mourns like a Super Bowl halftime show.
If that's mourning, like,
I'm scrolling through Instagram. I'm like, oh my God, is that a Britney Spears concert? I'm like, oh, it's Erica Kirk.
Hot take about this season. I think the reason that they're getting away with this is because gamers overthink it. Gamers think, well, if someone's coming after me, well, they might have told someone else, so I can't murder that person. These housewives, they don't give a fuck.
No,
the second you say it, you're dead.
They always go for the gamers, and that's what's different with this season. They always go for the housewives and the gamers first. They're not doing that this season. The gamers and the housewives are going for themselves. And the clicks, Mackenzie brought that up. There's no clicks this season. So there's no clicks, and the 2 groups that they normally try to get out first, they're not, because they're being pitted against each other, essentially.
Yeah, the whole not having a gamer in the turret, I think it's great. I think people are thinking there is a gamer in the turret, so they're overthinking everything. They're thinking, well, why isn't it 3 steps ahead? And really all it is the second you open up your mouth about Lisa Rinna, or the second you open up your mouth about Candace, you're gone.
Yeah. And the gamers think too far. They think too much about it, really. They overthink things and complicate it. And usually there's one gamer in the turret, and that gamer usually bullies their way into getting what they want. And here, a name gets mentioned, boom, they're dead. So they don't have time to stir it up.
Yep, there's no time to stir the pot. They're going to shut that shit down.
Miranda said, Davon for Traitors, if she would do it. I think she would be great on it. And then Ben says that he's going to add Erica Kirk to Up in the Air for season 5. I'm not a traitor.
How are you going to adopt Tammy Faye Baker's makeup style and still hate queer people?
Well,
I would say Tammy Faye Baker, she looks identical to Tiffany Chucky's The Bride of Chucky. That's who she looks like.
Oh my God, you're fucking right. She really fucking does.
You know who, speaking of The Bride of Chucky, you know who would do Traitors?
Jennifer Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly would absolutely do it.
Oh my God. Hold on. I'm pulling up an image here.
She's also a professional poker player. She'd be great at it.
She was also the voice of the crystal ball in the Haunted Mansion from like 2003.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Erica Kirk's lost weight.
We mentioned this earlier, Dakota, but what are your thoughts on Michael Rappaport saying, well, and you would make a good traitor because, and everyone jumping the gun and thinking that he was talking about Colton being gay. And
as much as I don't really like Michael Rappaport is known for just living and thriving in chaos and fire. And he is not known to be eloquent or to use the right words in certain situations. I don't think
Oh, 1 second. Just to interrupt you. I think this is the first time in history that Michael Rappaport and eloquent have been used in the same sentence. But continue.
he does not know how to come across in a
commiserating manner.
Yeah, I think like most people know like his personality, like he's chaotic, he's good at drama. I don't think that he's a homophobe. Like as much as I don't
No.
like him, I don't think that he was coming for Colton. I think he was just trying to make a point, and I think the point didn't go the way that he wanted it to, and it came off.
Everybody jumped on that.
And everybody, but like he said a bunch of things that other people picked up on that he didn't mean. Like everybody, because he said, "Oh well, you know, we got this person out," and they're like, "No, we didn't." Obviously, he's not a traitor. He just does not know how to piece together a sentence without causing chaos, drama, and his tone is also very pointed. That doesn't help either.
But his tone is very New York. Like he's a New Yorker through and through.
He's been the same way since he started in showbiz. So like I just know him and his personality and how he is, and I don't think he's a homophobe. I don't think that he's
and his personality is kind of like your father-in-law's. He's just kind of loud New York, like kind of just he says what he thinks and he doesn't share. It's no beating around the bush with what's going through his mind. You know what I mean?
That's the borough.
I think that he meant what he said when he said you're good at keeping secrets. I think it was about him being in the closet. I don't think he meant it homophobically. I think he meant, that's your public life, bro. Like, I don't think he meant it homophobically.
It wasn't a lie. You kept a secret for 29 years and nobody in your life suspected it, even people close to you. So I don't think he meant it. It did come off that way, I'm sure, to some people. I think he was just meaning it in the moment because he's being defensive. Like, oh, well, you kept a secret for 29 years. So, like,
I think y'all are giving him too much credit. I don't think he thought that much deep into it. I think he's thinking, well, you're obviously good at keeping secrets because you're obviously a traitor, So I don't think it went too much further than that because I don't think his thought choo-choo train goes that far to think.
Oh, no, and I don't think.
He's gay. And
either way, it was a dumb statement, and he was not good at conveying information.
Yeah.
They got rid of him not because they thought he was a traitor. No one at that table thought he was a traitor. They got rid of him because he ate up an hour of time at the round table. Every single round table.
When he said, like, oh, well, you're homophobic for saying that, I'm like, well, I would think you'd be able to take a hit since you played football for 17 years.
Yeah, and I'm going to need to get a thicker skin. Like, if that's the worst thing that somebody says to you, then, I mean, and it wasn't even that, yeah. And then he's like, you just said that because I kept secrets for 29 years. He's like, I never said that.
I think Colton was also, because he had a lot of heat on him too. I think he was just trying to get the heat off of him by playing the victim card. I don't think in any other situation he would have been that way. I just think he was trying to get the heat off of himself and put it all on Michael. Yeah.
So do y'all know what Chekhov's gun is? Like the Traitors is really, really good at Chekhov's gun. Mm-mm. It's where if you're watching a play or you're watching a movie and someone sets a gun on the counter, that gun is important. So earlier in the episode, when they were talking about at breakfast about, oh, I lived as a heterosexual for 29 years, kind of joking around about it. That was them putting the gun on the table for the fight. And it's just really, really well done how they edited it.
Yep. Very, very calculated.
So, Dakota, who do you think is getting murdered?
If someone is getting murdered, if at all, we don't know.
Oh yeah, because we don't know if someone took a shield. I don't think anybody took a shield because Colton was the only one that really wanted one, but he knows
No, Dorinda wanted one.
I think Colton already knew the heat was going to be on him. I don't think that he would have taken that. I don't think that there's going to be a murder. I don't think there's going to be one.
Well, according to Ben, he thinks you're going to get murdered.
Like, okay, let's go in this little trio that we got going on. Okay, we're all in a season together. Who's getting banished? We're not going in order of who gets banished, murder first. Who's getting murdered out of the three, and who's getting banished?
I'm getting murdered instantly.
I think I'm just chilling at the table.
And the reason I'm getting murdered is because I have so many people already trying to kill me. So, I mean, why not just transfer that to a game?
But why would I get murdered?
They can't handle your beauty, girl.
I mean, honestly, I couldn't see myself at the round table going back and forth with a bunch of people. Like, I would probably like.
You'd be there like, and you would just be like.
I was
ejected from an org with a bunch of British people, and after going at it at a round, or not at a round table, at a pre-eviction vote in an online Big Brother org. Here's your hint. Do not ever play orgs with British people. They value politeness over strategy. They value politeness over distractions. They can't tell the difference between making good television or acting out good television and just generally being rude.
Word.
I mean, you see Tiffany, New York Pollard, and Gemma Collins on Celebrity Big Brother. I mean, we saw an American going up against a British, and we saw how that went.
Well, no, but like what Joey's referring to is like in orgs and other, like that is a reality star. What you usually get, and I love our viewers, love you, mean it, love it. But when you're playing a game with you and you're like, oh, darling, how does that make you feel? Oh, I'm so sorry you felt that way, love. Here, let's sit around and let's all say something nice that we love about each other. No.
Mm-mm. There's a reason Americans dominate reality television.
Yeah. We're fun to watch. No one wants to sit by, and no one wants to have a cuppa.
Yeah, I mean,
talk about their feelings.
It is kind of factual. America is very competitive. It's not just with reality TV. It comes to all things. If you go to the UK, you will see, oh my gosh, why do all the buildings look so old? Oh my gosh, why does everybody drive older cars that are 10, 15, 20 years old? It's because the British don't care to keep up with appearances and to look like they have money. So there are some that care about their looks and like what they drive and stuff. But the majority of people in the UK live a very old type of lifestyle because they don't care about luxury.
No, I think it's more than that. I think it's that here in America, that's pushed on us, that we have to keep up with the Joneses, and we have to have this. We have to have bigger houses. We have to have bigger cars. We have to have these clothes. And it's not so much that it's not that way. It's just in the UK, people are just like, I mean, they just look at things differently. It's,
even when there's not,
I love my British friends and all that other stuff, but like, yeah, playing a game with y'all is like, it's a task because y'all want to like watching Celebrity Big Brother, Celebrity Traitors. The entire thing, they were all like, oh, wasn't it so lovely? Like, they got eliminated, and it was like, oh, it was such a lovely game. Such a lovely game. Oh, it was so much fun. It doesn't matter that I didn't win. And I'm like, no, I want you to be like in tears.
I mean, there was I liked Celebrity Traitors because you had the aspect of a lot of them had pre-existing relationships, and it was like that's why a lot of it was it's not personal.
Yeah,
but even when
I was supposed to be born in the UK because I feel like that's my mentality. Like, I want to see everybody win. Like, I don't want like people to go off on each other. Like, I don't.
Bye, girl.
Like, I feel like I would thrive. I would thrive in Great Britain. Like, I feel like that's like a place for me. Like, more laid back, go with the flow, be nice to everybody, like love on everyone.
I couldn't do that shit because even on our shows where there's not a monetary prize, they are competitive. You could never make Flavor of Love in the UK, ever. Like, you would never get Pumpkin spitting on New York. You would never get Hottie hooked up to the lie detector, lying about her age, lying about everything. I mean, there's just like so many reality TV moments that you can only get when there is a competitive aspect, even when there shouldn't be. A dating show should not be a competition show, and yet somehow we turn it into one. The Bachelor, Flavor of Love. So You Want to Marry a Millionaire?
Yep, all of it. 90 days.
90 Day Fiance.
90 Day Fiance, you know, Married at First Sight.
There's only a couple of reality shows from the UK that I can like name that were really good reality shows, and that's Celebrity Big Brother and Towie, The Only Way Is Essex, which is how we got Gemma Collins.
Well, but even with Celebrity Big Brother, though, they're pulling in really divisive players and like polarizing players. And then they're pulling in some American players as well. And the American players usually come in and stir up, like Perez Hilton comes in and stirs up a big fucking pile of shit. But I mean, and usually, I mean, sometimes the American players are the ones that get ejected from the game because.
Did you know today is the 10-year anniversary of the Gemma is a fat cunt speech? Today is the 10-year anniversary of the Gemma Collins New York.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, and then like 2 days ago was the anniversary of David's dead. David's dead.
Is Mackenzie looking up the dialogue for Gemma versus New York? I think she is. I think she's going to recite it for us.
I think me and Dakota could probably recite it from.
Yeah, I'm sure y'all can. No, I'm not looking that up.
Yeah, the way that you guys are described, because I don't really watch like a ton of. I watch reality TV, like a couple of shows, but I don't watch a lot of like reality competition shows. But I'm also not a super competitive person. So I feel like maybe that comes from my English heritage. Maybe that's a little bit of it. I don't know. I didn't realize that like the British were not super competitive. I'm sure there's some are, but that makes a lot of sense. I would probably do better on a British reality competition show than I would an American one because I'm not in the least bit competitive.
Like, they legitimately look at the Traitors as bad people. Like, there is like next to no one that is Team Traitor in Britain because they view them as villains, even though in America there's usually more people rooting for the Traitors than there are the faithful.
I know, y'all. Every season, well, not every season because I watched seasons 1 through 3 last year, all in 1 week. But I always root for the faithfuls. You guys, almost everybody on the channel roots for the Traitors. So I guess I'm just like the odd one out. I'm like, go faithfuls.
Yeah, no. No, I want to see some people get slaughtered and murdered and, you know.
I want to see the shock at the end. I'm waiting for that moment that I've been edged since Suri won it. The reveal that I am a traitor, and then they all feel so betrayed. That's why I loved UK, because a traitor won and played the best traitor game. Yep. And because it was celebrity traitors, they were like, it's okay. We still have a pre-existing relationship. I understand. It's for charity. You won like $100,000.
Yeah. You know what? I did not win, but I'm so happy for you, love. I'm so glad that you won this, and it was just such an amazing experience. I really had a time of my life, and I'm like,
Meanwhile, they filmed the reunion for the American version of the Traitors like almost a year after the original show was shot, and they were still like pistisserie. Like still pistisserie.
Yep.
Mackenzie is so cutthroat. Mackenzie would have been one of the Roman people cheering in the audience at the Roman, not the Roman cathedrals,
Coliseum.
the Roman Colosseums, when they're literally murdering each other for sport for the emperors and
I
empress.
mean, as long as it's not me, I'm good. Like if I lived in Panem, then I would be at the Hunger Games watching and being like, woo! You know, like these shows are our, Hunger Games. Yeah. And may the odds be ever in your favor. Well, y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about this evening?
Oh, we didn't get Dakota's prediction on what the jewel is.
Oh, she may not have seen it. Did you see the preview for next week's episode?
No.
Yeah. So Alan walks in, opens up a chest, and in the chest is a locket or, a precious jewel that's on a locket. And he has a big dining room table set up with like a feast.
Oh.
Lisa Rinna called this episode akin to Andy's baby shower, meaning she was like, there were people on tables, there were people drunk. I have no idea what's going to happen.
But Alan said that it was the most cutthroat episode that we're going to get.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're thinking it'll be like a power of some sort, maybe a power that protects someone from banishment and murder. Or, what could be the Oracle thing again, or some form of the Oracle where someone gets to sit down and ask someone, are you a traitor?
Probably. I'm leaning more towards that.
I think what's going to
they would have
happen.
done like what they did before instead of just doing something, different and new.
I think it's a kill on sight power. I think it is a dictator banishment. It is, I say you're gone, you're gone.
I don't know how I feel about one person having that much power, though. Like, it's like usually the traitors have the power, and then, the faithfuls are just sitting there getting picked off. I don't know how I would feel with one of them being able to have a power to just murder someone in plain sight, because that would kind of,
Mackenzie doesn't want to see somebody get murdered.
Well, no, I wouldn't care if it was a power that went to a traitor and they could kill one person, whoever they wanted.
Oh, so you're biased.
Consensus.
You're biased.
Yes. Very much so.
I don't know. We already know they're going to get to talk to the traitors and later this season, probably. So that's going to be a thing.
So Dakota, who do you think is getting murdered?
I don't think anybody's getting murdered. I don't think anybody took a shield.
I think people took shields.
I think for the same reason that Dakota thought no one's getting murdered. I don't think it for the same reason, though. Sorry, I think no one's getting murdered, but I think they're going to try and hit someone who ends up having a shield.
Yeah, I agree.
So we won't know who had. They're probably going to announce who has a shield after the. But like, are they going to let the traitors try to murder somebody if nobody picked a shield? Like, don't they have to announce it at some point?
Alan will come into the turret probably and say, you will be murdering tonight. But then they won't know who got the shield. So then it's going to be them trying to figure out, okay, who took a shield, who's got one. And then I think we're going to have a repeat of, was it season 1? Where they did not know who had the shield and they killed some. Wasn't it Pilot Pete?
I think if anybody, I think if anybody did take a shield, it was going to be probably Colton. It was going to be the three people that had the most heat on him. It was going to be Ron, Michael, and Colton. I think it would be, if anybody took a shield, it would be one of them or all of them.
Dorinda wanted that shield bad, though.
Yeah.
She hasn't even been on anybody's radar like once.
But see, that's the reason she should be worried. Like Ron, Colton, and, you know, like they should not be worried about getting murdered because there's so much heat on them. If they did murder them, then that's going to really raise some eyebrows. The traitors want people in that everyone else is already suspecting so that they can hide behind them as shields. People that no one is talking about and, you know, just kind of the middle of the road floaters are really the ones that should be that worried. But that's also on a normal season of the Traitors. With something like this where you have a bunch of fucking idiots in the house and they're just doing whatever willy-nilly.
The murders are calculated, the banishments are not.
I think this season is going to be probably one of the better seasons because I feel like the faithfuls have turned on each other so early and they're all pointing fingers at each other so much that it's giving the three original traitors people to hide behind. So like I feel like this will be a season that the traitors will win.
Yeah.
Fortunately.
Well, and I don't know, we kind of thought that last season too. And you know that it was going to be a traitor season, and then the faithfuls turned it out the last minute.
They got damn close though. This was not season 2 where you had traitors throwing each other under the bus willy-nilly. Fucking Dan Giesling ruined Phaedra's game.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Remember last season, Boston Rob kind of was throwing people. I mean, Boston Rob kind of ruined it for the traitors last season.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you know, this is the first time, though, I feel like that we've seen the traitors be this strong and this united this far into the game. Usually by now, they're starting to get heat on them and they're starting to want to throw somebody under the bus. Or you can see the fractures.
Yep.
Who do you think is probably? What's your predictions of who's going to be not murdered, but who will be the next to be banished?
I think probably Ron or Colton. Ron, I don't know how Ron's made it as long as he has because nobody likes him. He really kind of didn't show himself in the best light at this last roundtable or the roundtable before last because he literally said, I don't give a shit about any of y'all and wanting to get to know any of y'all. My family and my life is none of your fucking business. So that really does isolate him.
Yep.
So we already got him. Everybody already thinks that he's a traitor and then he's already alienated himself. So he's really isolated. He has nobody on his side. Yeah. So I think it's most likely going to be Ron. And then Colton would be a close second.
Joey?
I think we're going to get a surprise. I think before this, we know that Lisa Rinna survives the next episode. She's accidentally spoiled that. I think they're going to start looking at Rob. I think it's going to be the heat is going to be on Ron, Colton, and Rob. And either Colton or Rob, probably Colton, but I think this is where they're going to turn the heat up on Rob. Because he's flying way too low under the radar. Although he was the first one to defend Colton. Like the first. And I don't even think that had to do with with trying to banish Michael. I think like Rob, like, whoa, man. That sounded a little homophobic. Even if it might not have been. He was like, whoa.
Well, and I think too, did you notice that when they were going after Tiffany, she just kept looking. Well, she kept defending her, but then Rob and a couple of others just kept going like, why are you defending? You know, why aren't you speaking up right now? And so I felt like maybe that may come back to bite her in the ass, that she was trying to stick up for Tiffany as much as she was.
But she was right.
I mean, she was right, but it's also, well, how did you know that she was such a, how did you know? And it's like almost when she's speaking up like that, to me, I would be like, well, you're speaking up like you know for a fact. So the only way you could know for a fact is if you know who traitors are.
Housewives speak in absolutes, though. Like, to them, everything that is their opinion is a fact.
But, and also, like, for the same thing for Lisa Rinna is, Lisa is sitting there. And for most of the round tables lately, she's been silent, like not saying jack shit. And I think that's going to very soon bite her in the ass.
I think next round table, she's going to start speaking up and people are going to start taking notice. I think something's going to happen episode 7, though. I don't think that brooch is going to come into play until episode 7. Like, normally where we would go up and visit the traitors and murdering in the turret, that portion after the round table, I think we're going to get the banquet. And it's going to be our segue into episode 7.
Well, we shall soon see. Y'all got anything else to talk about tonight? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Joseph, where can people follow you at on social media?
I'm Nosferatu2425 on Blue Sky.
Awesome. And Dakota, where can people follow you at?
It's Dakota Rain on all social media platforms.
And y'all can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Kinsey_reality, or you can find me on X at Kinsey Reality, or it might be Kinsey_reality there too. I don't really remember. And well, that is my devious darlings, is where we will leave y'all for the Traitors episodes 4 and 5 with nerves fried, alliances cracked, and at least one person feeling way too comfortable. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and sharing your theories, your hot takes, and your absolutely unhinged suspicions. We love kicking with you all and spiraling with you and occasionally yelling no at our screens together. And if you enjoyed this recap, make sure you like, subscribe, and share the pod with a fellow faithful or a traitor and you're trying to expose, or your choice. And follow us on social media and stay tuned for our next recap. And don't go anywhere, because we will be back on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern for episode 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18. Until next time, trust no one and keep your daggers close and always wear your crowns. Bye, y'all. See you on Sunday.